Okay, so I'm at Trephina Gorge, east of Alice Springs. I'm going to do a longer walk here today. It's called the Ridgetop Track walk. It's pretty awesome. I've only done it once. This time I've got Sam driving around to John Hayes Rockhole to meet me, so I don't have to walk the whole 20 k's, which was basically half on road. So I've only got the walking track bit today, so that's good. So yeah, starts off up on a ridge top, big views, and then drops into a gorge, which is the Chain of Ponds bit. So we'll see how it goes. Should be a good day. It's not stinking hot. It's about 32 degrees at 11 in the morning, which is pretty good for January in Alice Springs. All right, I'll swing the camera around and we'll get a look at Trephina Gorge. Okay, so I'm actually not going to go through the Trephina Gorge. I'm going to climb up the, I don't know what side I am, probably south side of the rim here. There's been a bit of rain around too. There's, I don't know if you can see that ground's fairly damp, which is good. It's knocked the temperature down a bit. So that is the gorge down there through the trees, but we're going up here, up the rocks. So yeah, if you've only got 1k, you can do this as a loop, but you have to then walk the four-wheel drive track out of John Hayes Rockhole, which is about 4k's, and then you've got about I don't know, 4 or 5k's along a dirt road back to Trephina Gorge, back to where I'm starting now. So it kind of, it's not optimal, but it is an option. I've done it before, it's okay. Now the only thing with the cooler temperatures means I haven't got a great blue sky, unfortunately. So I've climbed up from the picnic area, which is down in a valley. This is Trephina Gorge below me. There's a little bit of water down there at the moment, but not much. So there's a rim walk where you keep walking down to the creek down there and then follow the gorge back through. It's about 2k's. A couple of years ago, probably 10 years ago now, some tourists that missed the turn off and just kept on walking out into that never out there and died of heat exhaustion. There is a fence, but they obviously missed it. So yeah, even though that's only a 2k walk, you still got to be careful out here. They must have been here in summer or something when there was no one around. All right, I'm leaving the gorge. This is as close as I'm going to get, and I'm heading up here, up onto this hill, which is the start of this ridgetop walk. I've only done this ridgetop walk once before. I remember some good views. But that was, I reckon that was 15 years ago. So we'll see how good my memory is, eh? Six hours one way. Okay. So I've still climbing, but I'm pretty well up on the crest of the ridge now. I mean, obviously it's not flat, it'll roller coaster along. I'm thinking I'm going to get some views west when I get to the top, but I know I did last time. I'm just not sure what the situation is with the latest fires, whether I was through after a fire last time and there was no trees. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a view. The views east though, they're pretty good. Hang on, I'll get past this tree. That's the view east. I'll give you a bit of zoom. Starting to get some views to the east towards town. As you can see, it's pretty overcast. And this is the ridge that I'm walking. It's looking west out towards Altunga. So it's pretty easy walking up once you're on the ridge. And the climb up isn't too tough either, really. It's just a gentle incline. Okay, cruising along here. So this is where I have to leave the ridge and drop down into like the chain of ponds towards John Hayes Rockhole. But I might head up here to this Turner's Lookout and have a bit of a squiz. Looks like I'll be pushing through Spinifex. So we'll see how that goes. It's all going good so far though. Been walking about just over an hour, I think. So this is the view from Turner's Lookout. Turns out the walk was pretty easy up to here, up from the turn off. I thought I might be pushing up through Spinifex, but it was mainly rock slabs. There's a visitor's book here. Let's have a look at the there you go, my trekking poles, I reckon. The 27th of the 12th, today's about the 20th of the 1st, I think. Before that was the 26th of the 11th. So it looks like you're looking at about a month between visitors this time of the year, which isn't surprising. So that cleft over there I think, is John Hayes Rockhole. That's where I'm heading for next. This is pretty amazing, these cliffs up here. Okay, so I'm back on the John Hayes Rockhole track now. So I've backtracked to that junction. That big cliff in that last photo is the reason you don't keep going along the ridge and drop down the end of the ridge. That's a massive cliff. So I'm kind of dropping down a gully to the east now, and then I'll drop into the headwaters of the gorge. It runs to, finishes up at John Hayes Rockhole. So this is actually, I'm heading for the Chain of Ponds walk now, which is a good walk in itself. You can do that as a loop walk from the John Hayes Rockhole car park. Especially good when there's been rain, because you have to wade through the gorge in spots. That I was on before. So obviously I'm off the ridge now. I'm down in the trees, zigzagging my way down into this gully. There's the track down there. So I'm down in the gullies now, about to drop into the headwaters of the Chain of Ponds. I'm glad it's not super hot today, because I've lost the wind now and it's warm down here. Once I get into the gorge and it opens up a bit, so it's not so claustrophobic, I think it'll be okay. And there'll be some water down there too. I'll be able to soak my hat in it. I'm hoping once I get to John Hayes Rockhole, Sam will be down there, and I'll jump in for a swim if I don't have one sooner. Okay, this looks like it could be the creek. Yeah, I reckon this is the creek that runs through the little gorge that is the Chain of Ponds. So now it'll be just a matter, this track will virtually stop soon, and I'll just rock hop down this creek for the next few Ks. That could be it there, by the way. There's a track marker, but it's basically creek walking now. Alright, I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, so that's the that lookout walking track is the quick way back. That's the loop you do if you're doing the Chain of Ponds walk. I'm going this way, right? It says wading through cold water may be required. So I've now just joined up with the Chain of Ponds walk. I'm following that through this gorge. So the walk down through these little gorges, it's kind of really nice, the easy bits along these rock slabs interspersed with some fairly rough scrambling when a couple of spots you actually need your hands. And yeah, quite often there's a spot or two where you might have to wade, so I'm not sure today. We'll find out when we get there, I suppose. Last time I was here it was a waist deep wade though. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera away because it's getting fairly rough. Scrambling around this one, looking at the colour of that. I'll give that one a miss for a swim. Gee, that's green. I've just come down there. This is the bit here that you sometimes have to wade. It's smart and dry today. And then just after this, I think I reached the top of John Hayes Rockhole, but you can't, well, you could scramble into it, I guess, but the track goes up and around and then down and in from another direction. But I'll take you up to the lip and we'll look down on it. So this is looking down towards John Hayes Rockhole from above, but this isn't the track. I mean, possibly if you really, really knew what you're doing, you could scramble down there. But I'm not in that league. So I'm going up around the top up there. So the climb out of this chain of ponds gorge is another spot you'll need your hands. There's a bit of easy scrambling here. This is that ledge there that I'm going to climb up is probably 2 metres, which is the hardest bit. I mean, there's footholds in that, but yeah, it's pretty well vertical. From there on, it's just steep, 45, 50 degrees. All right, let's get up there and get a view, eh? Okay, well, I'm out of that. That's the rock hole down there. I'm heading up here. So I can just see the car through the trees. The main rock hole is just through there. Oh, just swallowed a fly. Anyway, I'm going to go around here, get down to it. So the old rock hole's had a lot of rain lately. Get down and see how Sam's going. So I've just got back to the car park where Sam was waiting for me at John Hayes Rockhole. She says the water holes are green and slimy, and they look that way from me from the top too, which is strange because there's been a bit of rain and there's water in spots closer to town where I don't normally see water. But obviously the rain hasn't reached out here. I'm just going to take a wander up the creek. It's only 100 metres. We'll have a look at them anyway. But yeah, I thought Sam would be basking in the water. Instead, she's been just waiting in the car for me, which is a bit disappointing for her. But anyway, yeah, you definitely wouldn't be swimming there today, would you? So this is one of the water holes. There's 3 really. There's this one, there's the next one, and then there's that terraced one that you could see from the top. You can see where the kangaroos have been digging in the ground there for fresh water. I'll go and have a look at the next one. I'm not going to scramble up to that infinity pool. I could see that from the top and that looked pretty green and ugly anyway. Yeah, very dry. Okay, so that infinity pool is just in there. In a good year there's a waterfall there and you can kind of swim in the lip of the waterfall. So when I came down the gorge I was just up there looking into that infinity pool. Anyway. time to head back to town, I suppose. Okay, so according to All Trails, that came to about 11.2 k's that walk. Keep in mind, if you haven't got a car shuttle, you've either got to retrace your steps. There's a little bit of a loop you can do around the chain of ponds at this end, or you can walk back along the roads, which will be about 8 k's. If you retrace your steps, obviously it's going to be about 10. It's a nice walk though. It's a shame. I'm a little bit surprised that the waterholes are so empty up this in the eastern MacDonnell. I know just east of Alice Springs there's plenty of water, but maybe they didn't get the rain out here. Yeah, look, it's not as popular as the Western Macs. Not a lot of people, or not as many people, know about this end of the park, the MacDonnell Ranges. Worth dropping in to check it out, especially if you're a little bit sick of the crowds in the Western Macs. You can probably get people out here in winter, but it won't be as crowded as the big ticket items to the west. All right. Oh, this walk is a little bit rough, so you need to scramble. You'll need to use your hands. If there has been good rain, you might need to wade in a couple of spots. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.